Breaking news overnight, state troopers say alcohol was involved in a car crash that ended in a water-filled ditch. Troopers say 25-year-old Joshua Blazik was on Highway 11 near Badger, Minnesota last night when he went into the ditch, hit an embankment, went airborne and then flipped. His car ended up partially submerged in water. His injuries, though, are not considered life-threatening. New this morning, it was a close call with a bullet. A Grand Forks man is facing charges after accidentally firing his gun in his Southside apartment. Police say Randall Brown was cleaning his gun in the apartment last night when it went off. A bullet went through his couch and then into the apartment below, getting lodged in their floor. No one was hurt, but Brown could be charged with discharging a firearm within city limits. Also new this morning, House Democrats are expected to pass the Build Back Better bill a little later today after last night's vote was postponed when a top Republican spoke for hours. The decision came after House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy held the floor with an hours-long speech that criticized the bill and Biden's presidency overall. Democratic leaders had planned to pass the president's $1.75 trillion spending bill last night, but as midnight rolled around and as McCarthy's speech continued, House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer then postponed that final vote to today. The House is now slated to reconvene at 8 this morning to finish considerations. Night owls, they were watching to the sky overnight, or maybe those really early birds for that lunar eclipse. About 97% of the moon was covered by the Earth's shadow. Started at about 1:18 this morning when the first area of Earth's shadow covers the moon, and then peaked at about 3:02, ended at 4:47. This is nearly the longest eclipse in 600 years. It was about 3 hours and 28 minutes long. And lucky for our own self-proclaimed weather nerd here, Lisa Green, she was up early enough to catch a bit of it, and she explains what was all going down. Good morning, Lisa.
Yeah, it was great to see. You know, I was really worried that we would have cloud cover just blocking out that eclipse for the entire valley. And there were unfortunately some areas that didn't get to take it in much. But we did have some places that cleared out enough for that eclipse to be seen here. And we've got photos of it that we're sharing with you. And you can see actually a time lapse of it from our Devil's Lake Skycam if you head to our Facebook page and our Twitter page there of the eclipse as it was happening. And here's the moon now. This is our live view right now in the Grand Forks area. We have that moon. It's kind of the camera shaking a little bit. That is still a little obscured by some clouds passing by, a little hazy out there, but still that full moon nice and bright. Fargo's at 28 degrees. It's 24 right now in Grand Forks, and we're looking at 23 in Thief River Falls. So a little chilly this morning, again below freezing. You'll want the coat because of that wind that's affecting us here. We'll show you that in just a moment. Bemidji's up to 20. Our temperature is actually climbing there, and it's 28 degrees in Fergus Falls, and Devil's Lake is at 27. So not a bad start to the day today. We are looking at those clouds again overhead for us in the valley, and there's the potential for seeing some flurries too. Might be a little tough to make out, but we're seeing a couple of places where we're getting a little bit of light blue on the map, indicating a flake or two, but especially up along the international border, that's where we're looking at the best bet for seeing some of those light snow showers. That's where winds are not super strong. We've got wind speeds out of the southeast, a new direction this morning, that are into the teens. One place in Langdon where we're gusting to 26 miles per hour in the north, and then heading into the southern valley. Fargo, one of those places that has seen the highest wind gust being reported here this morning. We're at 32 degrees, and in Fergus Falls, a gust to 29, or 32 miles per hour rather. A gust in Fergus Falls to 29. These are really close to where our temperatures are this time of year. It's easy to decide to say it in the degree symbol here. We're looking at some conditions that will be in the upper 20s and some low 30s here today. 29 out at the bus stop here in Fargo with some mostly cloudy skies, I think, becoming partly cloudy, and that wind. And if you're heading out to the bus stop to pick up the kids, you're looking at some pretty nice weather this afternoon. More sun, temperatures back into the mid-30s, some melting happening. A quick look at your weekend planner. Saturday looks pretty nice. We'll have some sunshine. Temperatures will be into the 30s, and we are looking at highs near or above freezing still, but a little cooler. Saturday night and into Sunday, another chance for some snow sweeps through, and with that comes some wind too. So that may impact your Sunday Sunday morning, especially when I'm looking at the greater threat for that snow. Temperatures, well, they'll start in the 20s, but we're looking at them dropping through the day. So it's going to be a chilly one for Sunday and into Monday morning. Check out that low, 7 degrees on Monday. We are up and down here in temperatures. By Tuesday, back into the upper 30s, and heading into Thanksgiving holiday, another quick moving system brings a chance for some light snow and some wind on Wednesday. So we'll watch that for you for a big travel day. Thanksgiving looks dry, but a little chilly into the 20s.
No, right. Lisa, thank you this morning. It is now 6:56. Friends and family of a couple killed in a Fargo workplace shooting are asking you to remember them and their unborn daughter as more than just victims. 43-year-old Richard Pittman and 32-year-old April Carbone were shot and killed Wednesday afternoon at a plastics shop in North Fargo.
They were such great people. I wish everybody would have been able to know them.
35-year-old Anthony Reese is accused of opening fire on that couple as revenge for being fired on his job. Reese is now charged with 3 counts of murder. Police are releasing new pictures of the man suspected of robbing a Fargo convenience store earlier this week. They say this guy up on your screen right now threatened the clerk with a weapon at the Casey's on 42nd Street South before taking off with some cash. We have more photos of him on that VNL News app. If you recognize him, you should call Fargo Police. 2 men are facing drug charges after a large drug bust in Moorhead. After tips from multiple sources, police say 33-year-old Brady Swanson and 31-year-old Matthew Kotz were stopped on I-94 on their way back from Minneapolis. Officers then found more than 300 fentanyl pills in the vehicle. The pills were marked with a known description of counterfeit drugs. Those are often responsible for overdoses in the area. Police say the street value was around $12,000. One woman is facing drunk driving charges after police say she crashed into a parked car at a Valley City elementary school. Police say 27-year-old Darian Hildreth lost control of her vehicle and then hit a parked car, which pushed that car into another vehicle in the lot. She was then arrested for DUI with a minor, reckless endangerment, and driving with a suspended license. No one was hurt. NDSU is known as one of the top agricultural colleges in the nation, and they're taking yet another big step forward today. This is a live look at close to where a new ag product development facility is going up. They're breaking ground this afternoon. That lit up thing right in the middle, that's currently their greenhouse. The Peltier complex will be a state-of-the-art facility to promote, develop, and market crops grown in North and South Dakota, Minnesota, and Montana. The price of gas is soaring across the country, and now that we're seeing some days that are a little chillier, North Dakotans and Minnesotans' heating bills are expected to skyrocket. One Fargo man says he thought there was a mistake when he opened his bill and saw that it had tripled.
Well, I was so surprised when I opened my Excel bill. At the beginning of the week, it was $103.
Now, Sorgard says his bill was just $33 back in October. Excel does offer payment plans for those that are struggling with increases. You can get help through the federal government as well. More information on that can be found on our website, valleynewslive.com. In our consumer alert, CVS Health plans to close hundreds of drugstores as the retail giant adjusts to changing customer needs. The company plans to close about 300 stores for the next 3 years. They say it's based on population and customer buying habits. Let's get the answer now to that question of the morning on Facebook. Our question today, 20% of workers have one of these in their desk. The answer, a toothbrush. You never know when you need a good cleaning. I have a toothbrush in my desk as well. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. You'll find us right after this on the Fargo CW.